to the stars and the sky. You'll always be mommy's little guy. Hey oh, hey oh, hey oh.
Music from Fawn Wood on Yakama Nation Radio. And today's a great day because we have Fawn Wood joining us on the phone. Hey Fawn, how you doing?
Hi everybody. It's a pleasure to connect with you guys again.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you. We played your music regularly. It gets requested often, and a lot of folks in the Yakama Nation community love to hear your music, so it's great to get this interview.
Oh, thank you guys so much for having me again. It's always a pleasure.
Oh yeah. Finally, we just got done jamming out on Mommy's Little Guy.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's a song I hear gets shared quite a bit all over, and I'm glad that people like that song, because that's one of those songs that come, like, you know, right from the heart. So
Exactly. I was telling Ryan I was at the gatherings when you had sang it down there, and I said check out the video because you're singing down there and everybody's bringing some moolah and laying it down by you. So and that's when I got to first hear it. So it was amazing.
Oh yeah, that was one of the many special moments we get to share at the gatherings.
Exactly. I always look forward to hearing you and making your appearance and sharing sharing what you have in your life as music and as Dallas as well. You know, so shout out to Dallas.
So how'd you get started with having your music heard around the world through Canyon Records?
Oh, you know what? It's when I first started, like I've always sang. It's always been a part of my life, but it actually started, I think, through a YouTube video, and this is like when YouTube first started. I actually went into this hand drum contest and at the UW powwow, and I didn't even know I was registered in it. Somebody, one of my friends, surprisingly registered me in there, and it just so happened that somebody had recorded that, and that's kind of how my music started to spread. And then I went to gatherings. It was like a week or two after that, and then another video popped up, and at that time I didn't even know what YouTube was, so thanks for YouTube. Thanks to YouTube and whoever wanted to, post those videos. And like Canyon Records, they've them being one of the biggest Native American recording companies there. I feel pretty blessed I get to be a part of that family now. I have a lot of influences and role models that I look up to that have been a part of that. And I was actually approached a while ago, I'd say maybe about 7 or 8 years ago. They had asked me to do my first album there, and at that time I was like, just started composing my own songs before that, and from there on it had just been the journey that it turned out to be today, and I'm really humbled and thankful for that.
Well, with music, years ago it was CDs, and you would know if people had your CDs, but now with the online thing, it's the views, and a lot of your songs will have hundreds of thousands, and some even have over 1 million views. How's that feel for you? And you
It's so what's the word, surreal, like I know before you could tell, like you were saying, you could tell if people were listening to your music by how many CDs you sold or things like that. But yeah, how everything turned to online, and it's so unreal because of me just being I was just a young girl from Saddle Lake. I was one of those shy kind of people in school, and the funny thing is, a lot of people that I went to school with and grew up with, they didn't even know that I could sing until my videos started popping up, and then I got to start recording. So it's been a blessing. It's been a really blessed feeling to know that I'm still able to create music and people are still wanting to listen to it, because that's one of the main drives behind the kind of artist work that I do and what I want to do and put out there. I want to put my best out there for everybody who enjoys it.
Right on. And I remember, Fawn, I've been in the music industry for most of my life, but being in the native music industry for the last 15, 20 years. And when I had shared with you in Dallas to submit to the Native American Music Awards, and that I would get you on stage, and it happened.
No, that was awesome. That's one of the many memorable, most closest moments to our hearts is things like that, and we thank you for that. That was probably one of our best memories of some of our performances we've got to do.
Yeah, it was a good time, and I really appreciate you guys as well. And like I said, it was just a matter of me expressing to you, and I have shared this with Dallas. And some people I do that, and sometimes they don't get it. Like I'll say, hey, you should share your music, or submit it, and maybe I can get you on stage. I can't promise you, but I will try to, and that's what I try to do, and influence people, and compliment, encourage, inspire, and like yourself, and to make it realistic, and it was, because I said let's do it, and then got you guys there and got you on stage, and it was a good weekend,
Yeah.
No doubt,
For sure.
no doubt. So what our radio listeners out there, how many albums have you got? Are you working on something now? Or?
Me and Dallas, I have 2 duet CDs with him, and I have 2 of my own solo CDs, and I'm currently in the middle of finishing my 3rd solo. I have about half of it done. I have some pretty awesome collaborations coming, and we're hoping to have it out by the early winter time, by when round dance season starts. So you guys keep a lookout for that. I'll have more information to share on it. If anybody wants to stay in tune and kind of follow up with that, just follow me on my Facebook or Canyon Records Facebook page. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's every time I get a chance to create music and stuff, I always try to put my best forward, and I'm trying to do something different and things that really put the best kind of quality of myself into that music. So I really hope people enjoy this upcoming album.
Yeah, right on.
Hey, Fawn, when you put the English into the songs and into the lyrics of your music, what's the writing process for that? Like, how do you go into planning what you'll talk about and how you'll make it all into a song that flows so well?
You know what? I think every song I make kind of has a little different story to it. Like, growing up out here in Alberta, and we're like in the country here, and we have strong country influences. Like my dad, we're horse people. I grew up around rodeos and powwows, and I think I was just told a little while ago by a friend of mine. They're like, "Man, you always make when you make songs, you have some pretty hurt and sad songs, And I think a big part of that has to do with, like I said, I'm a big fan of country music and even rock, and I really like ballad songs and love songs and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, I think when it comes to the creating process, it's a feeling. Hey, it starts off as an idea. You kind of put a little bit of a feeling to it, and then I guess it's kind of like poetry writing in that sense. But I always think about what kind of message or story I want to tell in a song, and it kind of brews there for a little bit, and I'll end up coming up with something. And that's kind of the creative process for me.
You have beautiful music.
Oh, thank you.
Mommy's Little Guy, when the first time we ever played it a few years ago, it was just an instant hit to where we had people calling to the radio station just about every chance they had each day, and that was the one they wanted to hear. So that became very popular in our community here in Yakama.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite songs that I composed myself. I actually composed that song for my older son. He's 8 years old now, and we were traveling. It was during the summertime, and I believe we were traveling down to a powwow somewhere in the U.S. there, and I just had this overwhelming feeling of love and pride and love, and I started humming this tune, and I told Dallas, I was like, Dallas, get your phone, I got to record this, and I started singing the melody to that song, and almost instantly, like I said, it's when I compose songs and come up with these words, almost instantly, me and Dallas had come up with these words to go along with that melody, and that's how that song was created. And I felt honored that it had come to me like that, and I really wanted to show and showcase the kind of love a mother feels for their child, and it's such a beautiful feeling, and it's such an awesome blessing to be a parent or a caregiver like that, and to feel that unconditional love you have for the little one, you know.
Yeah, right on. And I know you had mentioned Canyon Records, so I want to give a shout out to my one of my longtime buddies, Stephen Butler.
Yeah.
He's one of my cool cats, because I did a recording at Shakopee when I ran the Shakopee powwow, and I had Canyon Records come do a collaboration with a couple of drum groups there. So I've known Stephen for quite a long time. So much love and much respect for what he's doing as well, and Canyon Records. If you can, Fawn, let our listeners know. Maybe some do, some don't. Exactly what tribe you are, where's your hometown, and where can they find your music?
Oh, okay. I'm actually Plains Cree from Saddle Lake, Alberta, Cree Nation, and I am also Salish from the Chilliwack area, Wanik in particular, and Skatine up there in the mountains in BC. And you can find my music through the Canyon Records website. You can order by phone or online, or it's on iTunes, Google Play, and a lot of the music is also shared on YouTube. So I hope you guys keep an eye out for the new music coming, and thank you for your support and your love and all the music that I had already created. Thank you so much.
Hey, Fawn, one more thing. After you mentioned that, I remember the one, Plains versus Coast, on one of your CDs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Very popular, and I was really impressed. That is just like perfect for tribal radio. Like, it gets people going, and I love that one a lot too, and so do our listeners.
Oh, thank you guys so much. Yeah. Like I said, you know, I there's a lot of stick game players, and where our family, me and Dallas, where our families come from, and we wanted to kind of capture how it is when you know you're kind of in a pretty intense game, and you know when two tribes play each other and you hear that difference in music. That's kind of what we wanted to put out for there, and kind of, you know, get something to pump people up. But I'm glad people like that one.
Is that Dallas laughing at the end?
Yeah. Yeah,
oh, okay.
I'm glad people caught on to that, because for a while, you know, people were thinking, who is that? That's not you, is it? I was like, no, that's not me.
Well, thank you for sharing the music with all the tribal radio stations, especially ours, because now that we get this interview going, we play a lot of your songs actually, and you know, next time I'll have to write down the songs, because today's interview was kind of like spontaneous or whatever. But when the new project comes out there and close to winter, we'll have to get an interview going. Yeah,
for sure. I'd love that.
Yeah, actually, I'm just getting in the early stages, but I am planning a more traditional type setting, because I'm a producer of music shows, and I did a hip hop show, but I'm scheduling right now in October and November. I'm going to do a traditional kind of music fest, I guess you want to say. So I'll keep you in mind for that as well. I'm going to get a hold of Ruben Littlehead and a couple other people to come hang out, maybe Eulalie, whatever, you know. But I want to bring some different artists and do a traditional type of music fest, like maybe flute, hand drum, that kind of thing, you know. And I have, like Ryan said, this is spontaneous. I have a Rolodex of people on my phone, so like we'll call somebody up and get them on the phone. And I always think about people that they play on the phone, the radio here at KYNR. So like, yeah, we could just call up Fawn, you know. So
awesome. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you guys called, and this was a perfect way to spend my afternoon.
Okay. Well, when the new album's ready to drop, we'll have to get that, listen to it, and then interview you a couple days after and talk about it.
Oh, awesome. Yes, definitely. I look forward to it.
Thank you for your time, Fawn.
Thank you guys so much, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.
Okay, you take care.
Bye.
Fawn Wood, great interview.